Hello again, my friends. Lovely, crisp, clear winter's morning here. 1st of July. It's actually my profession day today. So 59 years ago today I made my vows to the Little Company of Mary. Isn't that lovely? It's also a special day in other ways too. And I want to start with a story of a minister who had a parish where the parishioners were quite well off and very comfortable, thank you, and a bit scathing of those around them who were not. So one Sunday he got somebody else to take the service. He came into the church dressed like a tramp. He had tattered jeans, an old t-shirt, a hoodie and bare feet. And he sat himself down at the foot of the altar, squatted. And people were scandalised and aghast and were motioning to the minister taking the service to get rid of him, get him out of here. But one woman approached him. She came up and she squatted down beside him and she took his hand. She said, "You're welcome, my friend." And he then threw back his hoodie and showed the parish who he was, and they were absolutely mortified. They got the message. So we're talking about being hospitable. We're talking about hospitality. "You are welcome, my friend," was what this woman said. Lovely words, isn't it? In fact, our founder, Mary Potter, one of my favourite quotes from her is, "Welcome. What a grand word that is." And, you know, I've been thinking a bit about hospitality lately because it's not only difficult to define, it's jolly difficult to live when you think about it seriously. Even here in this apartment block where I now live, the man next to me is illiterate, unable to read or write. There's a man upstairs who's a chronic mental health consumer. He has a very serious psychiatric condition. And some of the other people around in the apartments have been muttering to themselves, "It's not fair that we have to share our apartments with people like this." That's very sad. It's also unchristian and actually, if you think about it, unacceptable, because each one of us is unique. As Pope John Paul II said, I think, every human being is a single human being, unique and unrepeatable. So that sense of the dignity of the inner person, regardless of other traits around them, is absolutely essential to any community, any society working together. So hospitality is that sense, isn't it, of welcoming everybody. And let's face it, nobody wants to welcome everybody. There are always people we just can't stand the bar of for whatever reason. But that's what Christ is asking of us, is it not? I think several of his parables in the Gospels were about that. So reflecting on hospitality, I've been doing an audit on myself, hospitality audit on myself, and thinking how do I really feel about being next door to people who are different from me in whatever way, and trying to find ways in which I can shape up in this area better. I think it seems to me, from my worm's eye view, that hospitality is, if you like, the antidote to fear, rather than some of the other things that are portrayed. I think the reason why we're not hospitable is that we are afraid. And aren't the Gospels full of, "Do not be afraid, don't be afraid, it is I, fear not." So we need to trust ourselves to be friends, friendly towards, hospitable to those around us, the good, the bad and the rugby. So, yeah, that's enough I think for today. Thank you for sharing these thoughts with me, and go well, and we'll talk again soon. God bless. Go with your God.